Good morning, everybody, here on the West Coast, and good afternoon, those of you over on the East Coast. I am Jerry Dreesen, the Executive Director here at the Association of PEMF Professionals, and today we are going to be talking about red light therapy. Now, it's very interesting on how we are using magnetic waves, which is part of this spectrum that we live in, but there's also a series of light waves too. And we have a visible light spectrum that we see things through. And of course, we got the rainbow that we look at. But the rainbow is just a small portion, as you'll find out. And grabbing a portion of that spectrum, which is in the red light area, that is what we're going to be talking about today, and how it actually helps the human body. Who knew, right? That walking around in rainbows is good for you. But that's what we'll be talking about today. And again, as always, this is a live stream, but if you have a question or comment, drop it in. I'll answer it live, or afterwards, feel free to drop a comment. We are live streaming in Facebook, on YouTube, over on LinkedIn. So those are all of our places where you can go and see this live or comment and be a part of. So what the heck is this red light stuff? It depends on where you go, where you get your information, but as early as 1903, they were working with different light therapies. There is a person back in 67 that noticed with rats that hair grew better and skin looked better. And so there's this idea that there's something interesting when you look at these, when you separate and get just certain frequencies of light and how the body responds to it. And those of you that go down this rabbit hole, each color of the rainbow, when you grab it and use it, it's going to have different results on the body. But right now, red light is a very popular product. And in red light therapy and infrared light therapy was found that the tissue was not only healing for it, but also superficial cosmetic conditions were improved as well. So they were seeing this, and then they started studying it. It's like, what the heck is going on? But nowadays, professional athletes have found that the LED infrared frequency therapy can be used to aid in sports-related injuries. Physical therapists have noted a recovery time of up to 50 times faster than without the therapy. So what is this all about? Well, if we take a look and we look at the whole spectrum of what we know to be all these frequencies from 0 all the way beyond 1,000, there is this one little tick where we've got the 600 to 700 and even up into the 800s of this frequency, of this wavelength of red light. And what they're finding is that when you take this, you've got the anywhere from the 660 nanometer red light, which has penetration up into the dermis, but then the more higher frequency, the deeper it goes. And it's interesting because with that, now they're coming up with different devices as opposed to just a single nanometer. It's a dual spectrum technology. So it goes from the 600s to the 800s. But you can see here, if this was the layer of skin and these black lines here, that's hair cell. So you can see that, they're embedded in there. And so the 470 to 600 goes past the skin into the dermis and just starting into the bloodstream, but then 830s go way down into the subcutaneous. And this is a light. So if you can imagine having a flashlight in your hand and you're walking and you see a cave and you shine the light in there and there's a rock, but it's set back, the light's going to go past hit the back wall, but where that rock is, it's going to block it. And that's kind of what bone is like. And people are asking you, like, what's the difference between red light and PEMF? PEMF goes through everything. The red light actually has to be shining on the skin or in contact with the system, whereas PEMF will heal bone if you put it over top of the cast. So that kind of gives you an idea. It's not a PEMF is not a light wave therapy, so it doesn't have to have that. The frequency itself penetrates and goes through all of the tissue, all of the bone, and that's why it works as well as it does. So they're apples and oranges, just totally different between the two. But that being said, that's what this does is it opens up channels, it opens up blood flow, it heals things faster. Again, most likely we're into the nitric oxide system. We are eliminating inflammation, but just getting blood flow to the area where it warms things up. So is it any wonder that people migrate to warmer climates as they get older? If you can imagine, they're doing red light therapy. They're getting the full spectrum of it, but that's why people feel better when they're out in the sun, or retirement is in the sunny areas where they're in sunlight all the time, because they're getting that spectrum, and it is making their bones feel better. And when they come to places like here in the Northwest where we don't get that much sunlight, you get that seasonal affective disorder, and your joints and stuff start to ache. And it is the cold, dark, dank weather, but you get that nice warm fire going. You're getting some of that heat frequency, but if you're using the red light, then that's even better. So what the heck is the red light all about? Well, it talks about the nanometers as far as the frequencies, and then it's like the number of lights. And so some devices will have 6 across and 10 down, and some of them will be like 10 by 10. There's blankets, there's LEDs, there's specific lights with a certain frequency. Again, you'll have dual spectrum. So those are some of the catchword phrases to be thinking about. And if you want to know more about this whole red light system, the Association of PEMF, we actually have a certification program. And what you'll do is you'll get laser therapy certified with our red light therapy course. Certification will teach you about red and near infrared light effects and how it works different on your body, so that you can apply your knowledge in your work as well, working with other practitioners, but as a wellness practitioner yourself. This is the course outline as far as the history, the literature and science, what the industry experts and leaders have as far as research articles. This is, again, the precursor to where PEMF is going. So what red light has done as far as open doors, getting into the healthcare industry, and then being a billable event and insurance is paying for it, that's where PEMF is headed. Now that we're getting more instruments, as I've mentioned in previous broadcasts, more instruments getting UA listed, so that the instruments themselves can now be present in hospitals, so that research can be conducted, and all of the protocols are in place now, so that whole system can start. Multiple choice exam on the end of it. Getting the certification is definitely something you'll want, especially if you're using this product and you're wanting to present yourself as a business, having been certified in the device that you're using from a qualified business or national organization, international organization. I keep forgetting all of our other countries that are our members, but that is really important. And so, in a nutshell, red light therapy uses low level laser energy to help repair and regenerate cells and tissues. And this course that we have is designed to teach you all about how red light therapy works, including the science, understanding, and research behind the modality, how it is best used, when to avoid using it, and why it works well with PEMF sessions. There are PEMF devices now that combine the two, either side by side or within it. I haven't researched all of that, but yeah, they work well together, and it's like you're double dipping in health. So be looking at that too. If you're brand new to this and you're looking at what should I get, look at the ones that combine it as well in your search. So again, we talked about in the world of visible light, we get to see rainbows, and just off of that red light is where we are dealing with on the red light therapy and how it works. But again, you'll see that there's blue light therapy that's out there. There's yellow light therapy that's out there. And each one penetrates a certain distance and has certain specific overall effects. But like I said, if you are out there in that spectrum, you're getting all of it. But if you want to just focus on what you're doing, then yeah, definitely red light therapy is something to look at. If you've never ever had it done, go find somebody that does this and apply it and experience it for yourself, what it's all about. There's, again, tons of research out there that proves that this stuff works, and it works well. In our portal, as a member of AOPP, when you get there, and again, a shout out to Kathleen on this, because I got stuck going through this, and it's like, it's easier than this. But when you log into your portal, you'll see at the very top is the membership portal. And we were talking about this last time, but at the very bottom of that, you'll see interviews with specialists. And those of you that are with PEMF, how to work with a PEMF practitioner and be a business owner working with healthcare professionals. So how to grow your business. We have these videos, and also how to do social media. We're adding more to it as we go. Again, here is working with knee injuries. So this is on the inside membership side, and there's a lot more. In fact, if I remove this, and this is what it looks like on that back side. So there's the different certifications that you can get. And when we get into the portal itself, let me bring this up here. The portal itself, you will see that we have the different systems that are available. And I think I'm realizing now my slideshow may not have been presenting. So hold on. Hold that thought, everybody. Let me get back to what I was showing. And that's the fun part of doing live. And let me grab my red light special. There we go. Here it is. So yes, we talked about the spectrum, and pay no attention to what you just watched for the last 13 minutes. But again, here's the spectrum, and going through the full spectrum of the rainbow and visible light. And again, this is where we are in this section of the full spectrum of light, and with the infrared as far as what it does. And this is probably the big take-home slide, is where it goes through the different layers and how it penetrates down deep as long as the light is shining on it. And my point was this, and the difference of PEMF. PEMF does not need to be in direct view of the skin. It can go through clothing. It can go through, like I said, if you're hitting bone casts. That's the great thing about it. And the other part of it was with our certification course. So I want to make sure I get that slide up there. And then what I was talking about is when we are older and we're hanging out in the sunlight, we're getting that infrared, and that's why it feels good to be on these vacations and going in these different directions. So I will have this slideshow available as a download if you want to go through it, and then you can play along with me. Again, my apologies for not hitting the right button and getting that out in front of everybody. And with that, I Again, being part of the membership, having all of these things available. What can you do? Well, you can like this video, maybe some of the other ones that I have the slideshow along with it during the presentation. But again, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, our blog, and then also on our website, all the research that is there and available. Also, if you are part of an organization that you purchased a PEMF device from, but you're not in as far as getting education, there are a lot of manufacturers. In fact, those of you that are watching, if you're in manufacturing and you want us to be your portal for education, then please contact us. We're more than happy to get our systems set up within your company so that you can use everything that we've done to help educate your users and buyers of your product. You can also become a member of the Association of PEMF today, pemfprofessionals.com. If you have any questions or tips, like letting me know how to run a slideshow presentation live, feel free to comment on that as well. I also wanted to mention that one of the benefits we have is it's a new product. Those of you that are members know about it. Those of you who are joining us for the first time, it is a discount club. So it's a great way to save money on travel and food and all these other great things, because those of you that are traveling around treating, if there's a way to, save on gas, save on hotel, save on airfare, we've got that for you now. So again, check us out. Let us know how we can best help you. And until next week, take care and keep on PEMFing. We'll see you next time. Take care.